Today we're gonna start our enemy and our game over screen in our shooter. So in this part it's gonna be it's gonna be it's not gonna be that long. It's gonna be the same length as the other one because we're gonna add some sounds, the game over screen, and the enemy. So this part will be a pretty complicated one, especially for the enemy. It'll be even more complicated than the player. But you can always follow along. Remember, this is all for complete beginners to scratch and everything. So if you've watched my other tutorial, you know that we left off with a player that can follow the mouse cursor and a bullet that can shoot out of it, just like so. Now, I've turned up the bullet's size to 200 here. You can do 200, but I found that 100 was too small compared to the original game, so I pumped it up to 200. But you could really do any size. It's your game. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so first off, we're gonna add our player and our bullets. Oh no, we're not gonna add our sounds yet because, well, I want to show the sounds in one big part at the end. So let's start off with the enemy. So, do you remember how to make a sprite? Hope you do. You go down here, and if you want to choose one, you can choose a sprite, but I'm going to paint a sprite. Just like so. Then, if you remember, my enemy was a rectangle. Choose this option if you want to replicate mine, but you can really do anything you want, like really. It really doesn't matter. It's all up to you. I have nothing to do with this. You can do whatever you want, really. Now we just do this and do a bunch of colors everywhere. Have fun with it. Okay, so I've put my colors in. Now I need to create my rectangle. So I'm gonna zoom in pretty, well, not that much. Yeah, like that should be good. I'm gonna go 6 by 6. Okay, so we can start off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we just press shift and that will make us a perfect square. Now I want to remove the outline. Okay, this should be good. Now what I want to do is, well, actually, no, we're completely finished already with the enemy. So that was as simple as that. This is our enemy. We can code in here. Okay, so we're gonna drag out a when green flag clicked, because we want to add some code when we click the green flag. Okay, we want to hide it because we're gonna like wait 0.4 seconds, and we need to hide it because we don't want to show this sprite. We don't want to show this actual sprite. We want to show its clones. So that's how we're gonna do this. This is a pretty complicated aspect. I'm just gonna rename this to enemy, and in the costumes I'm gonna rename this to enemy. Okay. Now we wanted to create a clone just like the bullet, but this time it's gonna be of itself. So we're gonna put in a forever loop. We're gonna wait 0.4 seconds. I found was a good one. So 0.4, we're going to create a clone of myself. Just like that. So that's our first, I guess, block complete of code. Okay, so now we need to do something when it starts as a clone. So when I start as a clone, we want to show it. And we want to make it go in any position that's not in the middle right here. We want to go like outside the screen, so how can we do that? Well, we could just pick any four corners, I guess, and we're gonna make them go in any direction they want from the corners. Yes, and then it's gonna make him go to the player in random directions. So that's gonna be pretty complicated, but we can do it. So we got an if else, and you need to take an equals, and in the right side of the equals, we're gonna say 1. And we're gonna take a pick random 1 to 4. So if it picks a random number from 1 to 4 and it lands on 1, it's gonna do this code. Else, it's gonna, well, repeat this code and it's gonna do check the 2. And after that, we want another if else. Oops, where did I put that? And we wanted to make it 3. Yeah. Now we're gonna make it go to the to an X. Well, if it picks 1, we're gonna make it go to X. Pick random. Negative 240. And 240. And in the Y, we're gonna make it 180. So basically, what that's gonna do is gonna make it go on the top half, I guess. So it's gonna, now we just have the whole top half complete. Next up, we want to duplicate this, put it under here, and this will be the same, but we're gonna add minus 180. We can duplicate it again, and we want to go to X. We'll just swap your pick randoms. We want to go to X 240, and in the bottom one, negative 240. We want negative 180 and 180, and the same thing down here. So I'm just gonna Control V. It doesn't work. Well, negative 180. That's good. Okay, so that's our basic spawning them. As you can see, they spawn in any direction, in any position. So that was our basic code to spawn. But first of all, we want to make them point towards our player. So we're going to drag a point towards. I'm going to change this to player. And we want to repeat moving until it touches a bullet. Or, well, actually no, we're going to repeat until touching player. Touching player. There we go. Move 2 steps. Move block. 2 steps. Now we can do our if touching bullet. If it's touching our bullet, then we want to wait 0 seconds and delete this clone. Okay, so this should work. Yep, it works. So we have our basic enemy spawning done. It's a great thing, but as we can see, it isn't working that well. Why? Oh, why is that not working well? This is a difficult one. Why is it not working? So do all that. Check if it's pointing towards the player. It might just be because our enemy here needs a hitbox of some sort. Oh, well, I think I might know the problem right here. Well, if it's touching the player, it doesn't delete this clone because we don't have anything when it touches the player. That's just why. So, I think this would be a good time to implement the game over screen. So, first what we want to do is paint a sprite or game over screen. And I'm just going to go and get my stuff. So, okay, I'm gonna go get them. Okay. So I've got my game over. I got this from cooltext.com, and just convert this to vector. And if you wanted, you could have just took your text and chose a like the marker or anything you want. But I like to go on websites, so I didn't take that. I took some cool text. Yeah, okay. So that's pretty much gonna be it for a game over sprite, I think. Let's just delete this because it doesn't serve anything. So let's just set this x to 0 and y to 0. Make sure no, yeah, we'll make no, because this is our spawn code. We don't need this. Go to player, go to 0, 0. Okay, so we're good. Okay, so let's start this code. This one is going to be like a sort of animated one, so we're going to learn about animations and all, but we're not going to make new sprites. So, first of all, I want to make a new broadcast. So, what if you don't know what broadcasts are? They are like messages that you send to another sprite or that you send to yourself. So, it's not that complicated actually. Like when I started off, I was super scared by them, but when I learned what they did, I was so happy. Like it solved all my problems. Okay, so let's make a new message name. Let's name this game over. Okay. And we want to put this under here. So if it's touching the player, it's gonna broadcast game over. And when I receive game over, we're gonna hide. And we're actually going to stop other scripts in Sprite. stop all of the lag. If we would have some lag, that would be possible. So if you guys want to add on some stuff, we might have some lag, of course. Okay. In our bullet, we don't have to do anything because it's a clone that starts off from the player, so we gotta go in the player to just say the same thing as the enemy. So what you can do is just drag this on the player here, and it'll be here. So now if you test this, our screen is there, but if you just yeah, it's not there anymore. So what we want to do on our game over screen is we want to do when I receive game over, or actually when the green flag is clicked, we want to hide it, just like so. We want a when I receive game over, we're going to show it. So show. And we want to play some sort of animation, so we're gonna make a new block. So if you don't know what blocks are, they are basically blocks of code that contain some code in them, and you can make them run without screen refresh if you want to not do any animations. But if you do animations, do not click this. Do never click this if you make animations. No, no, no. Okay, so I'm gonna want to add some text here. Let's name this game over animation. There we go. I'm gonna add an input, and we're gonna make loops. So that's gonna be basically the number of times it plays our animation, and that should be good for our block. Now we can put it here, and now we can make a repeat. Okay, here it is. A loops. Change size by 10. Wait 0.2 seconds. Wait 0.2 seconds. Change size by, another comments. Change size by -10. There we go. So what's that gonna do? What that's gonna do is gonna, well, size this thing up, and then it's gonna wait 0.2 seconds, size it back down. So it's gonna go back to its original size, go up, go down. So it's just an alternating thing that makes it go up and down. Okay, so on this, when I receive game over, I would like to do more things. But right before that, we have to call our block, because this is never gonna run unless we put a game over animation block here. So I'm gonna just put it under this one. And I can duplicate this and remove our game over animation and go to front layer, of course. Because if you go to the back layer, well, it's not gonna walk. It's not gonna work. Do I need to go to talking class or what? Okay. Go to front layer. Set ghost effect to 0, which is going to make it appear every single time. Set size to 0% because we want it to loop. So it's going to start off small and it's going to go up and up and up until it's going to be big. So set size to 0 and go to X 0, 0. Point in direction 90. Repeat 15 times. I found was good. Well, actually, it needs to be 15. and you're gonna turn left by 24 degrees. Change size. Oh, here it is. By 6.52. 6.52. Oops, typo. 6.52. And now, if you take a look at this, this is going to make an amazing game over screen. Try to die. Voila. So that's how you make some sort of logo of a game over screen. So right now we're going to add our sounds. Yes, actually. So what I want to do here is going to choose a sound. I don't want to mess up with everything. So we're gonna choose effects. You can just go through all. Nah. Come on, these are a bit funky. Very cool. We're gonna search for our shooting sound, so we're gonna take loops. Voice, no, wacky. Well, I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Well, we're gonna just coin. Oh, that's when we're gonna get. We're gonna destroy an enemy. But right now we want boom or notes. Is there notes? Yeah, no. No, that's not gonna work. I want that sound. Well, I guess we're gonna take this muted conga. That should be good. No, not the pop. So I want this to happen. Oh yeah, actually we need this to be in our bullet. Go to player, move 20. Actually, I'm gonna put it in our player because that is where it comes from. We're going to put it at the exact time. So we're gonna take out a play sound, well, start sound, and we're just gonna put it right here. So now we have a bullet sound, of course. Isn't that nice? So next we are going to make our enemy, well, the sound that makes our enemy, well, when our enemy dies, it's gonna have a sound, so we're gonna do that. Go to our sounds tab, search a sound, and I want to search coin. And we're gonna delete this pop one. Oh, when it deletes it, its clone, we want to start sound coin. There we go. Okay, that works. Now we want to add BG music. First of all, I'm gonna rename this to Game Over or GM. However you want to name it, I'm gonna name it GM. costumes I'm gonna need. No, it's Michael text. Game over. Okay, that's good. Now we can add our BG music. So I want to paint a new sprite, draw nothing in it, just add in the sounds category a sound. Animals effects. Loops. This one will be good. Drip drop. One green flag clicked. Wherever. And when I receive game over, stop all sounds. Unclear sound effects. And install all sounds. There we go. Set volume to 0%. Oh yeah, that's what I'm calling some stuff. Okay, so that's gonna make it for your first ever shooter game in Scratch. Oh, you thought it was done, right? You didn't save your project. You have to save your project. So I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. It was a pleasure. Bye.